Hello everyone and welcome back to another Project Zomboid video where today we are stuck on an island. Now how I ended up here was from a yacht. I'm a really bad driver and we got caught in a storm and now we're here. However, I'm not the only one on this island. To survive and thrive on this island I will have to do things that other Project Zomboid players probably will never ever do. So, if like me, you want to see how long I can actually survive on this island, then stick around and let's see how it goes. This will be episode 1, I'm pretty sure, of a series, and then I'll just put the series in like a big long video in the end. You get me? Okay, let's get into it! I wake up alone on a beach. It seems like I'm not the first person to crash here, as there was another very decayed yacht just down from me. My first order of business was foraging. In fact, a lot of what I was going to be doing is foraging. This is the only way I can really progress and get stuff so that I won't die very early on. However, not even 10 seconds into foraging, I cut my foot. Having no shoes meant I was going to cut my feet all over the forest floor, so I had to sacrifice my jeans to make rip sheets to heal myself. Thankfully, this wouldn't be an issue for too long because I could remove grass from the floor and get straw. With this straw and a bit of rope, I could make sandals. I continued to forage for quite some time until I found 2 sticks and some mushrooms. But the mushrooms you should never really eat. You should always cook mushrooms when found in foraging because there's a high chance that it will just kill you. The number one thing I needed out here whilst foraging was either small stones or chipped stones. I needed chipped stones so I could make an improvised axe, but if I had 2 small stones I could also make a chipped stone. Then, whilst picking up a grasshopper, I was introduced to one of the other members of the island, which I quickly took care of. Finally getting back another pair of jeans, I continued on with foraging. It wouldn't be long, however, until I heard some familiar sounds behind me. It was more zombies. However, there was more than just one this time. I ran away and then quickly risked my life trying to pick up a bit of straw. That was a close one. After that I decided to run away completely, and I saw a lot more zombies along the way. I darted into the forest so they'd lose their vision on me and headed back to camp. And just when I got back, I foraged up the keys to the boat. However, upon boarding, realised the key was too rusty to use anymore and it was too late. I could not get off this island on this boat. It was at this moment that I realised that I was truly stuck here and I would have to survive for the foreseeable future. I continued foraging and found more mushrooms, twigs, and sticks until I was too encumbered, so I headed back to the boat. Heading back into the forest, I found a dead body with a watch on it. At least I could tell the time now. A little while later, I finally found a small stone. Now this was only half of what I needed to make a chipped stone. And after an hour more of foraging, I headed back to camp. I had a lot of stuff now, however, it was getting dark, so I needed to rest. But I headed out one more time, and God, I'm glad I did. I ran back home with this, and I made a stone axe. And going to chop down a tree, the absolute worst thing happened. The axe broke before I could even get one log, so that small, sharpened stone that I got was for absolutely nothing. It was too dark now to go out foraging, so I sat on the beach and waited out the night. In the early hours of the morning, I headed back out to forage once again. I needed a lot of small sharpened stones for a lot of the things I needed to make. It was out foraging though that I found something even better. Not only was there a road, but a house and even a well. And going up to the house, I found what I've been looking for. The house was pretty empty, except for a few cans of food, which were actually pretty useful, and a bed. It was in this bed that I decided to sleep for a few hours. After waking up, it was business as usual, back to foraging. You guys don't understand how much foraging I really did in this video, and I cut out a lot of it, so you're welcome. I headed back to camp and made myself another stone axe, and this time I chopped down the tree. With these logs, I finally made myself a campfire. However, I couldn't light it yet without a notched plank, so that was next. But I'd need another sharpened stone, but luckily I found one as soon as I started foraging. Whilst making a spear, I was interrupted by more island inhabitants, which I quickly took care of with that same spear. After becoming overwhelmed and my spear breaking, I decided to just run back to base. There was no way I could fight all these zombies, especially with no weapon. I filtered them down to just 3 and really nearly got killed. Luckily though, it was just a scratch and I wasn't bitten. I have no idea how I wasn't bitten there, but that was really lucky. I quickly got back to my camp and bandaged myself, and then took care of the other 2 zombies. Next, I turned my chipstone into a notched plank, and finally lit my fire. I guess third time really is the charm. Then I made a knife and then some bowls so I could fill up water from the ocean or make actual meals. I then made a berry salad and got some water from the ocean and put it on the campfire, and I also cooked some grasshoppers. I'd have to eat anything I can get my hands on if I wanted my weight to go up. Becoming underweight would be a serious problem. I then crafted a spear and did some spear fishing. Unfortunately guys, that's all I have time for today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to see a part 2, please comment what you want to see me do in part 2, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.